Participants from 18 countries took part in the conference on the theme Decolonization, Women's Empowerment and Development. As the chairman of the non-aligned movement, we would like to remind that this is not the first time such an event was organized by Azerbaijan. Thus, Azerbaijan continues to expose the colonial policies of some countries, France in particular. Azerbaijan is extremely concerned about the effects of colonialism, especially the gross violation of the rights of women and children in the colonies. This was reflected in Ilham Aliyev's address to the participants of the event. The address was read by Foreign Policy Advisor to Azerbaijan's President Hekmetajiyev. Ilham Aliyev states that even though centuries have passed, new shameful manifestations of French colonialism are emerging today, since the policies and thinking of Paris have not changed. He also noted that France violates stability not only in its former and current colonies, but also in the South Caucasus region, where it supports the separatists.
My name is Peter Owiti. I come from Kenya. I work with the civil society. This conference on decolonization is important to me, particularly for women. Kenya is one of the countries that we had independence in 1963, but there's still a lot of colonization in the sense that recently, women were sterilized without their authority because they were having HIV and AIDS by a French organization, and the issue went to court. So there is still a little bit of colonization in Africa, particularly in Kenya. We have a lot of women who suffered during the Mau Mau rebellion when we were fighting for independence. Those women were not compensated when other people were being compensated, particularly the men, because they didn't have money to go to court. About 1 billion people in sub-Saharan Africa are illiterate, and most of them are women. And we find this one is a bit of depression to the women. And lastly, the issue of women are the highest number of farmers. And when they bring laws that prevent women from sharing seeds, then the agriculture is affected, and mostly women and children lose out on their income and livelihoods. And this conference in Baku is so important to me because it touches on my sisters, my mothers, and everybody else. And the women are the seeds of the world. If you destroy the women, then you are destroying a generation.
Well, 10 days ago, Azerbaijan celebrated the 44 days war victory, and so it became a kind of symbol of liberation from occupation after almost 30 years of occupation, and it's for all the countries which are colonized. It's a model of recovering its own integrity, territorial integrity. So I think that Azerbaijan is at its right place to organize such an event. Of course, maybe I think that President Aliyev is also a little bit laughing because France supports Armenia, and which is a country that occupied Azerbaijan, and now Azerbaijan is supporting all these lands occupied by France. So it's very interesting, and it's why I think really that Azerbaijan and Baku are a real example, a real model for all the countries in the world who want to free from any kind of occupation.